welcome to the channel. My name is Bina and this little fella here is of course the delightful Walter. Hope you are well. You join me here on Sunday the 31st of August 2025, last day of summer. Yeah, autumn officially starts tomorrow. Well, depending on how you measure that kind of thing. I'm going to say it does start tomorrow, and it felt like it started a while ago because it's been pissing it down all week. Where's the light? I knew there was a red light going to be here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, it's about 9:45 in the morning, around about 15 degrees, so that certainly feels a bit autumnal compared to how it has been of late. And I'm just off out for a ramble whilst the weather is still sunny and not raining like it's definitely going to do later on and for the rest of the week. Now, a couple of things before we get started. One, Mrs. Bina has asked me to just say a big thank you to everyone who has sent her best wishes. I completely forgot to mention it in my last video, but yeah, she's not been too good. For those of you who didn't watch the video, she had a bit of a tumble on our driveway and bashed her bonds on the concrete, and she has a small bleed on the brain and has post-concussion syndrome, so she's been feeling really rough, been very dizzy, nauseous. Generally not with it, and the doctor has just signed her off for another couple of weeks and told her to get plenty of rest, plenty of sleep, and giving her some codeine to help with it. So yeah, she's gradually feeling better. She's not as bad as she was, but yeah, she's still not there, but she wants me to pass on her thanks for everyone who wished her well, as do I. You're lovely people. The other thing is, I have a new helmet which I'm wearing, and this is the first time out with a mic in it, so I have a horrible feeling it's going to be really, really loud. So it's either going to be really, really loud and I'm just booming and shouting a lot and destroying your eardrums, or all you can hear is Walter, because I've got it facing down so that the dead cat pom-pom isn't trying to choke me. It's right next to my mouth. In fact, it's a bit uncomfortable. It's right pushing up against my chin. I need to try and do something about that. It's all experimental, so if it's too loud and boomy, I apologise, and I will adjust the levels for the next video. So yes, new helmet. I imagine you say, what helmet's that then, Bina? Well, I will tell you, of course, otherwise this would be a pointless segue. If you recall from my last video, I was lamenting the fact that I can't see, you can see diddly shit when we got low sun. So I wanted something with a peak, and I did reserve. All right, love, can I go inside the road? I did reserve a helmet with sportsbikeshop last weekend, but it didn't turn up in time. It was a bank holiday, so you know, I can forgive that. And I got a notification say it come in on Thursday, I think, last week. I thought, oh good, I should go and have a look at that and go and try it on, because it was on offer. They only had, I think, 2 sizes left, or one size. I think they just had one size left, which was medium, and as I have a little bounce, medium I thought would be a good fit, literally. So I went to try it on, and it was indeed a good fit, and it's a lovely helmet. So it is a Scorpion ADF 9000, ADV 9000. You have to forgive me, I can never remember what these things are called. But it's an adventure style helmet. There'll be a picture up on the screen here. So that poor lady was going, what the fuck? She thought I was gesturing towards her. Sorry, person in car. Oh, the pitfalls of vlogging, eh? Yeah, so it's an adventure style helmet, as you can see from the picture. Scorpion are a French company, I believe. And yeah, they make these ADV style helmets, and they're really good. The quality is really good for the money you pay. And I think this was supposed to be somewhere around about 330 quid. And because this is in the clearance, it was 247. And it is such a nice helmet. It's very comfortable. It's really well made. It's got some lovely features to it, which I will run through now. I'm not affiliated with them. This isn't a sponsored thing. Remember, everyone, when people say, oh yeah, sponsored, I have less than 1,000 followers. Nobody's sponsoring me. Nobody cares about my channel apart from me and you lovely select few people who follow me and make lovely comments. Thank you. So yeah, just bear in mind this is all just my own personal experiences with the helmet, but I think it's really good quality. It's like I say, it's got some nice features for the price. So it's yeah, it's an ADV helmet, so it's got a lovely massive visor, loads of field of view on that, very clear. It actually came with a tinted visor as well, which is a nice touch in the box, and it's got a nice, well, I say it's got a nice simple quick release visor system without having to use tools, but it scared the bejesus out of me because you have to align a couple of arrows and then yank it like harder than you would think. It feels like you're going to break it to get it off, and then similarly you have to give it a good old forceful push back in again, but it works. And yeah, it's nice to get a tinted visor for free. Well, not for free, but you know, included in the package. Also came with a pin lock included in the package, which again is very nice. I think they're about 70 quid to buy them to fit this. So that's really good, because that was the other thing that I wanted for the winter. This helmet was for the winter, for the low sun, to be a bit warmer, because my everyday helmet is not very warm. It's very airy, and I've got lots of warm gear, so when I go out for a ride and it's chilly, the only thing really that's stopping me from staying out is my helmet, because I'm streaming from every orifice in my head, that is, because it's so cold. And also it fogs up a lot, and it doesn't have pin lock. It has a fog treatment on it, but they never work that well, do they? So I have to give it a good liberal spray down with anti-fog spray before I go out. So it's nice to have a pin lock. That's good. It's got this innovative little pump feature up on the in the chin bar. It's got a little pump that you pump up and your cheek pads inflate, and then a little button to release it, so you get a good fit. So I guess, you know, over time, when the lining wears in a bit, you can just pump it up to make sure it's snug still. And that also means you get a nice snug fit, so you don't get any cold air coming up. So yeah, it's got a peak, which is what I really wanted it for, and that works extremely well. I'm so happy with that. So happy. This low sun is not bothering me in the slightest. And even if it was, I've got my tinted visor on, and I've got one of those fighter pilot style drop down inner smoke visors on it, and that's my only quibble with it really. That touches my nose when it's at the bottom, which is a bit annoying. I wish it had a kind of cutout for the nose and it went down a little bit lower, but hey, you don't have to have it all the way down, I guess. But yeah, other than that, I'm extremely happy with it. It's pretty lightweight as well. It's quieter than my other helmet, and I was really surprised with the visor. I thought that, with the peak, sorry, I thought that I'd get really buffeted around at speed and it'd be noisy, but I don't even know it's on, which is amazing. So yeah, very, very happy with that. Sorted. And I thought I'd wear it today to test it out in this low sun, and also test out the microphone, because I'm going to have that sorted, and it really is annoying me at the moment. It's far too close to my chin. I say too close to my chin, it's resting on my chin and irritated me. I've got it stuck in there with a bit of ferrous sticky back, what would you call it, like a sticker type thing, so I can stick it on there with a magnet, which is what I've got on my other helmet, but my other helmet's a lot more roomy, so it doesn't touch me, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So yeah, that's my little helmet story. And what I thought, I actually had a plan for today's video. I mean, I only thought about this morning, so it's in no way a fleshed out plan, and well researched, as you'd expect from me. But I thought, since I'm talking about a new helmet, maybe I'd give a little rundown of all the gear that I currently have, because people are interested in that, aren't they? He said, hopefully. And you know, people often leave comments on my videos asking what my gloves are, or what sort of boots I'm wearing, what sort of jacket I've got, and on every single bastard video, what this is, it's a Beeline Moto 2. I was just fielding yet another query about that this morning. It's Beeline Moto. Should we start with that? Let's start with that. Let's start with what accessories I have for Walter here, and then we'll talk about what gear I've got. And you can judge me. You can judge me for all the unnecessary gear I've got. But you know, we buy gear not just as a necessity, but there's also a fashion element in it as well, isn't there? You know, you want to look cool, you want to look good while you're on your bike. So yeah, that's why I've got some. But also, in my defence, it is like winter and summer gear, so a little bit in between. So Walter, what have we got on Walter? Well, we've got this, the Beeline Moto 2. It is, sorry, let me again just preface this with, I'm not sponsored at all by any of these manufacturers or any of these products, and these are all my own personal experiences. Oh, I've got a big bug splat on my brand new helmet visor, bastard. Yeah, this is just my own personal thoughts and experiences. Your experiences may differ to mine. You know, I talked about some winter gloves that I bought last year, and someone accused me of being a shill and being sponsored by the company, that they were shit, which is not my experience at all. So just bear that in mind when I'm talking about this, the things I've got. I'm not trying to sell you them. If someone could sell me a sixth gear, that'd be good, so I can stop going for it. Yeah, I will put links to the gear in the description of the video, so if you do want to buy them, you do like them, then go for it. They're not affiliate links. They're just going to be to probably SportsBikeshop, because that's the easiest one to find them on for me. So yeah. So anyway, let's start. So, Beeline Moto 2, a little GPS thing. It's kind of a minimalist GPS unit. I like it because it's really small and unobtrusive. I don't have to have a big phone on my bike, because I don't like the idea of having my phone on the handlebars. And also, I don't like the look of it, and particularly if you're riding some really pretty classic looking bike like this. I think you want to keep it looking, you know, a bit bare minimum, very classic looking. So this fits the bill. I love this thing. It's not for everyone. You know, some people don't like the fact that it's so minimalistic and can only see ahead a little bit, and there's, you know, it has got all the fancy whiz-bang stuff that Google Maps does. And I get that, I completely get that. I love Google Maps, I use it in my car all the time. but for just pottering about on my bike, it's fantastic. I had the first one, and that was even more minimalist. That just literally had an arrow pointing for your next direction, and it could get a little bit confusing, which is why I ended up buying this one. Because I wanted a little bit more. It had a slightly bigger screen, and you got the little road sign on it showing where the road goes, and yeah, it's just a bit better. You got speed limit signs on there and speed camera warnings and that kind of stuff. And you can buy, you can have a subscription which gives you better routing options and gives you the traffic data. I hate that. I hate the fact you have to pay a subscription, but unfortunately I do, because I like the traffic thing. I think it's only about £4 a month, so it's not too bad. So yeah, Beeline Moto 2. Thoroughly recommend. That's that. What else have I bought for Walter? Well, these bar end mirrors. They're from Hitchcock, so quite cheap. About 60 quid maybe. I didn't like the big Mickey Mouse ear mirrors that come as standard on these. And after it swung round for the... after it swung round, I don't know why I pointed that way to that man, I got confused. After they swung round loose for the like 5th time, I thought, well, look at that, nice old Honda. I'll get some bar end ones, and they just look better, don't they? I have some GIVIchannel panniers, soft panniers on each side. I love them. They are an absolute bastard to get on and off. So they just live permanently on Walter. I rather naively thought when I first got them, oh, I'll just put them on when I want to go to the shops, or when I want to go on a bit of a trip. And no, they are really, really difficult to get on and off. So yeah, they just live there. But they're really good. They're deceptively large. Thank you. Yeah, they carry quite a lot of gear because they roll down, so they're nice and compact. But then when you want to actually put stuff in, I can get a decent amount of shopping in there if I popped a little. And they're not that expensive either. I think they're about 125 quid, something like that. What else have we got on Walter? Oh, the usual upgrades. So DNA air filter, performance filter kit, the open plate on it, and a Hitchcock's cat exhaust, just to help Walter here breathe a little bit better, gives him a bit more oomph and a bit more volume. I think that's all on Walter. That is all on Walter, isn't it? So moving on to me, what have I got? So we start from the top down. I'm never going to remember all this, I apologise. I did write it all down just before I came out, and I've got such a terrible memory, but I will put the names of things up on screen if I forget. So from the top, as I said, Scorpion ADV 9000 is it, I think. My new helmet. My regular helmet is a Bycity Roadster 2, which is sorry, I couldn't find the little tab to open my visor because I'm not used to it. Yeah, so my everyday one is a Bycity Roadster 2, retro style, in matte black. I absolutely adore that helmet. It's really light, really cool looking. The interior is absolutely gorgeous. Kite! The interior is lovely. It's like a velvet, it's like a mock velvet interior. It's so comfy for someone who is neurodiverse and has sensory issues with materials. It's wonderful. It's just so plush. I mean, downside is it can be a little bit warm in the summer, but that is counteracted by the fact that it's very kind of open. There's no chin skirt on it or anything. It only has one vent on the chin. It doesn't really do a lot, if I'm honest. But yeah, you get a lot of wind up from the bottom. And the downside of that, of course, is in the winter it's very cold. But I absolutely adore that helmet. It looks great, feels great, just perfect. And I've got a smoke visor to go with it, which isn't the best. I have to say it's quite glary inside when the sun hits it, but it looks damn cool. And they're really cheap as well. I think they're about 160 quid, 165 quid. And when that comes to the end of its life, I would definitely buy another. Yeah, really great product. Then moving down jackets. So today I'm wearing a Merlin Drifter, which is kind of an adventure-y style jacket, which is their wax cotton. Their special wax cotton thing. I think it's not theirs, is it? It's by Halverson something. I can't remember. But yeah, it's like waterproof and windproof. Lovely jacket. I really like this. This was the first jacket I bought. What you will notice, there's a bit of a theme with my kit, is that a lot of it is green, kind of olive green. And the reason for that is originally I wanted to buy a Classic 350 Signals edition, the Marsh Grey one, the ridiculously named Marsh Grey, which is blatantly green. Where are we going? Down here. Oh, Shiza. Okay. Where does this go then? Should we go up here? Don't know where this goes, but we'll find out, won't we? What was I talking about? Yeah, so I was going to buy the Signals, and then I saw Walter and just fell in love with him, so I ended up getting him. So a lot of my kit is green, which would have gone really nicely with the Signals, but you know, this is black, so it's not like it clashes. And I quite like olive anyway. You see, it's a bit of a trendy colour, isn't it? I don't know where we're going. Let's go this way. It's an adventure. That's why I've got my adventure helmet and jacket on. So yeah, they're getting off track, aren't I? Merlin Drifter. Really nice jacket. It is definitely waterproof because I wore it last winter when... Oh crikey, that's a dead end. I wore it last winter in the pouring rain for like 2 hours when I had to make a trip to the dealers. That sounded like I was buying drugs. It's not the warmest jacket. It's not. I mean, it's kind of like an in-between. It probably is a good spring and autumn jacket because it's neither too hot nor too cool. I mean, it's got plenty of venting, but I run quite hot anyway, so I wouldn't wear this in the height of summer because I would melt. But similarly, in the winter, it's not warm enough. So I generally wear. Let's go this way. I generally wear a. Oh, let's see where I am. Yeah, I generally wear a base layer, like a thermal base layer, a t-shirt, and then a jumper. And that keeps me warm. I do want to get a warmer one though. I do want to get quite like a Merlin E-Dale too, but they're quite spendy. But otherwise, yeah, it's a really nice jacket. And then I've got another couple of jackets. I've got another Merlin jacket. I've got two Merlin jackets. I've got a Shenstone 2, which is the perforated one. Mrs. Bean had bought me for Christmas last year in the sale. And that's like wearing air conditioning in the hot weather. It's absolutely lovely. The only problem with that being the neck clasp is just way too tight. It fits perfectly everywhere apart from the neck. I don't know who they're modelling their jackets on for that one, but it's not human, I don't think. Otherwise, really like that. And then I have a Merlin Brody riding shirt, which is really cool. I really like those. Again, olive green. They do those in different colours. I think they do them in like sand colour and black, blue maybe. They're really nice. And again, they're a good summer jacket. Gloves, I have these, my trusty Reshirt Squadrons in camel. I love these gloves, they're super comfy. And they're perfect in the summer, they're not too hot. And actually in sort of spring and autumn they're quite nice as well. Because they're not so vented that they're really cold. Could be here a while. Oh, but yeah, they're just super comfy from the off. I didn't need any breaking in at all. Love them. And they go quite nicely, I think, the colour scheme with my olive jackets. I'm going to turn it down here. I could have gone then. Nice. Wow, that's a nice little crack 900. And the gold wing. And then I've got some other gloves. I've got some Revit Hydra H2O gloves, which are my waterproof ones, and again they're kind of my intermediate gloves, so when it gets a bit chillier, pop those on. They're quite rigid. I haven't really worn those in very well, so they're a little bit stiff. I lose a little bit of feel with those, but I'm sure if I was to wear them a lot more, they'd wear in and be a bit more supple. And they were my go-to winter gloves originally because that's all I could afford. And I used to put some cheap Amazon silk undergloves under them. But yeah, my hands used to get really, really cold and hurty when the temperature dropped in those. So I bought myself some Merlin Minwell 2s, I think they're called, which are some leather heated gloves. Oh god, what a game changer they are. They were really supple out the box. Didn't need to break them in. There's one little finger has a little bit rough stitching inside, which is a bit aggravating, but again that'll wear in, I think. In fact, towards the end of the riding season in this winter, that was already becoming less of an issue. But yeah, they're lovely. They keep my hands lovely and toasty in the hottest setting. I rode on those in, I think, 2 degrees when it was raining, and my hands were lovely and warm. I think they started to get a little bit chilly towards the end of the second hour, but only a little bit chilly, not anything you would worry about. And actually there is a slight issue with them, because I found that if you turn them on the highest setting, after a little while they turn themselves down to the medium setting. And I did contact Merlin about that and said, look, are these faulty? And they said, no, that is something that they do. You just need to put them back on the high setting and they will stay there then. So a little bit of a manufacturing issue, I think, there possibly with electronics. So I'll have to try that again when it gets colder for them. But yeah, love those. They were an expensive purchase for gloves for me. I think they were 200 and something quid. Moving down to the trousers, I've got some PANDOMOTO Carl black jeans. They're okay. They're a little bit warm in the a little bit warm in the summer, so I don't wear those. And they're also don't have, I can't remember the rating system now, but they're not rated particularly highly for abrasion resistance. They've got hip and knee armouring, but I don't know, I feel a little bit dodgy going out in them. And they weren't a particularly great fit. They're a little bit short for me. So I've got some John Doe Taylor jeans, I think these are. And they're oh yes, and they're a double. I think they're the PANDOMOTOs a single layer. I think they were. Well, these are a single layer, and they just feel like normal jeans. They're not really stifling hot. I've had riding jeans in the past with double layers on them, with the Kevlar inner layer. And although I guess they probably offer better abrasion resistance, although I don't think they did, the ones I used to have. They were so hot and uncomfortable in the summer, and these are lovely. And they've got decent hip and knee armour as well. Again, now quite a bit spendy for me. If I'm honest, the only thing that annoys me a bit with them is they ride a little bit low in the bum, bit of a saggy bum. Maybe that's a flat bum issue on me, although I don't think so. Beanie got back. And then, I completely forgot to look at what trousers I've got. I saw they're Oxford something for winter, sort of waterproof lined trousers. They're alright, they're very bulky, they do the job and they keep you lovely and warm. But the bottom of them, the cuffs at the bottom, they're really wide, they're really baggy. So I was looking when I was in sportsbikeshop last week. I was wandering around whilst wearing the helmet to gauge how comfy it is. And I was looking at the trousers, thinking, I was looking at kind of the adventure trousers. Thinking maybe I could get a pair of these. And holy Jesus, they're expensive. Like 500-600 quid for a pair of trousers. No thanks. I'll have to see what I can find, maybe used, because I just resent paying that much money for some trousers that I'll only wear a few months of the year. So then what have we got left? Shoes, boots. So I've got 3 pairs of boots. I've got the ones that I'm currently wearing, which are they DXR Hinckley's, which I believe are sportsbikeshop's own brand. And there's some sort of leather short boots. These are really good. I was really surprised about these. I think they were like 99 quid when I bought them, and I wasn't really expecting much from them. But honestly, really good boots. They were comfy when I got them. Fuck me, I do not have another gear. They're really comfy when I got them, aside from the ankle armour rubbed on me a bit, but again that might be a beanie issue because of my sensitivities. But once I got used to those, wow, that was super comfy, and they look good off the bike. I remember my mum, having your 75-year-old mum comment on your clothing and attire is probably not a good yardstick of what looks good. But she did say, "Oh, I like your boots, right, Bina." But yeah, I think they look quite nice. They got a decent big sole on them. I love the fact they got zip entry. So they got the laces, but they got the side zip, which is really handy. I really like that. I didn't know they did that kind of thing for men until I got motorbike boots. And I kind of wear these when it's a bit wet or a bit chillier. I'll pop these on, hence having them on this morning. But mainly in the summer I am wearing my Revit Arrow kind of riding trainer type things, riding boots, and they're vented, and again they're in olive green. And yeah, they just look like a pair of normal sort of trainer boot type things. Super comfy, again straight out the box, pretty comfy, no wearing in needed, adequate protection. Really happy with those. The only thing I did with those was they had big tabs on the back to help pull them on and off, and my jeans just constantly kept getting caught on them and sitting on top of them, so I just snipped those off. And then finally I've got some Sidi Adventure boots, the first ones, not the second ones. I really like some of the Adventure 2s because they look really cool, but they're very expensive. And so I got these Sidi Adventures kite off eBay for an absolute bargain. I think I paid 120 quid maybe for them, used, and they look like they're brand new. But the kite, you see that one? Maybe not. Oh, and another, and another, and another. Oh no, that's a seagull. They're kites up there, though. Loads of them about. Yeah, so I got those off eBay from a chap with an absolutely phenomenal house. Wow, there is 3 kites up there. Yeah, phenomenal house, and he had an Aston DB9, I think he said. And yeah, I really needed some boots for the cold winter. Although the ones that I'm wearing, the DXRs, I think are they DXRs or DMXs? No, DMX is the wrapper, isn't it? Yeah, even though these are good for the winter, they're really, I was getting really cold ankles. It's, yeah, gap between trousers and boots wasn't good. And I used to have some Sidi Courier boots when I used to ride sort of 15 years ago, and I absolutely loved those boots, but you just can't buy them anymore, sadly. Like you can't buy next to gear. Dear me. So because I was happy with Sidi, I thought, yeah, I'll get one of those, get some of these. I'm very happy with them, I am. So there you go, that's a rundown of all of the gear that I've got. Like I say, judge me and roast me in the comments if you like. I don't care. I don't know, I thought that might be useful for people maybe. I know that people enjoy hearing about other people's gear and gives them ideas of what to buy. And like I say, people are often asking me, so maybe that'll head some of that off and I can just point them to this video. Oh, camera, well, I guess I should mention the camera as well. It's a DJI Action 4 that I use on a cheap as shit chest mount that I got from Amazon for about 12 quid, which I don't do anymore, but they're 10 a penny on there. And I use a DJI Mic 2, which I've probably been deafening you with, me bellowing into it today. And I have that wirelessly attached and magnetically attached to the inside of my helmet. So yeah, there you go. I hope that's been useful. This is going a massively long one, hasn't it? I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if you've got any gear that you like and you swear by, pop it in the comments. We're all peacocks, aren't we? We all like to show off our gear and buy new stuff. We're all got gas gear acquisition syndrome in whatever hobby we do as men. Yeah, it looks like the rain is about to come in, so this is a good opportunity for me to hightail it home. Yeah, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope it's not been too dull. I mean, most of my videos are, aren't they? Anyway, I'm stuck behind the car now. I'm going to race to get home before I get wet. If you're out and about on your bikes this week, good luck, because it's going to piss it down here all week in the UK. But if you are, stay dry, stay safe, and keep the shiny side up. And I will see you on the next one. Bye!